Right, so what is focal length in photography? Let's start at the beginning with what the actual focal length is and what it means. So the focal length of a lens is the physical dimension between the lens and the camera sensor. Now, which bit of the lens are we measuring from here? Well, it's the bit within the lens where the light rays are travelling without changing direction. Okay, I'm going to stop there because to say any more would take me into the realms of irrelevant details. Knowing any more would not help me, and I'm not clever enough to explain that bit in the lens, so let's move on, dear listener. But there is a significant thing here though. In general terms, the larger the focal length, the larger the lens. Now, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Regardless of whereabouts in the lens we're measuring from. I need to go through some stuff quickly here. I want to talk more about composition than the technical stuff in this episode, so I'm going to go through the technical stuff very quickly as a recap. But check out episode 189, Camera Lenses Explained, my beginner's guide, for lots more on lenses, not surprisingly. And a very good episode it was too. Right, focal lengths explained quickly. To explain focal lengths so we normal people can understand, let's start with a standard lens. A standard lens has a focal length of 50mm on a full frame camera. Yeah, sorry, but we get into complications straight away. A full frame camera has a sensor that is 36mm wide by 24mm high. There are crop sensor cameras and micro four thirds cameras, which both have different crop factors, which makes this even more complicated. I'll come back to crop factors in a bit, but let me first go through this for full frame cameras, because everything applies. You just need to do a bit of mental gymnastics to make sense of it. Okay, a 50mm focal length on a full frame camera. It gives a horizontal field of view, or angle of view as I prefer to say, of about 40 degrees. And this is similar to how humans see the world. It's similar in angle of view, field of view, and also in perspective, I guess. Yeah, I prefer angle of view to field of view. Do we have to be in a field? Sorry, quite sad I know, and not important here, so I'm going to move on. And a wide angle lens has a focal length smaller than 50. The smaller the number, the wider the focal length, the wider the field of view, the larger the depth of field, and the further away and smaller things in a photo look. A telephoto lens has a focal length larger than 50. The larger the number, the larger the focal length, the narrower the field of view, the shallower the depth of field, and the larger things look in a photo.